Good evening. I am Miss Megan, and I'm here today on Out the Box Radio. I hope everybody is well and doing great. We have an exciting show today. We have a young man who is a serial entrepreneur, a business owner, a celebrity barber, and is here to talk to us today about his business, Mr. Eric Dixon. So I'm super excited to bring him on. Hello, Mr. Dixon. How are you?
Hey, how you doing? Thank you for having me. I appreciate this. Good to see you. How you doing,
Good.
Megan?
Good to see you as well. And we appreciate you being on with us today.
Yeah, no problem.
Um,
Thanks for having me.
Not a problem at all. So, just to get started, can you tell us a little bit about your business and, how long you've been around, your mission, and all of those cool things?
Yeah. Well, I'm Eric Dixon. I own KleankKut Grooming Lounge. I've been cutting hair for 10 years now. Professionally, I've been doing it for 4 years. Um, Recently, I've been using my platform as a barber to bring awareness to Black men and mental health. And
Mm.
I'm now working to become an advocate to be able to assist other Black men who may need some help and need some assistance and need some guidance into where to go and how to get the proper help that we've been needing for a long time in our community. Yeah, and I consider myself an artist. Definitely, I'm an artist. I'm a painter. I'm a sketch artist, and
Oh,
also
wow.
also I am a barber, of course. So definitely, so that's a little
Oh,
bit
this
about
is
me.
a multi-talented
Yeah.
person. So, wow. What made you embark into mental health? I know a lot of folks, they share a lot of information with their barber and their hairstylist. Did that kind of lead you into getting into mental health? What really drives you to put this platform on the table?
Well, like you said, falling to barbershop is really like the safe haven for a lot of Black men. This is a place where Black men come to politic, fellowship amongst each other. Black men of
Mhm.
many ages. This is where we come to argue, to discuss, to debate, to to bring knowledge and to leave with knowledge. Over time, we Black men we have many conversations about everything when it comes to women, cars, our life in general. We don't really have much conversation about much needed conversation about far as the struggles with our mental health and the things that affect us as a child into manhood, and that we are still dealing with today. So I felt like I had the platform and the opportunity to actually to be able to talk about that because I mean, of course, I see Black men all the time, and by me helping them, of course there's a comfort with them with me, and of course I'm open and transparent with all my clients about me going to therapy, and
Mhm.
I'm very open about that, and I always express to them how therapy has helped me along the way and how it's got me this far, and if without therapy, I probably wouldn't be in the position I'm in today.
Wow. Wow. First, we want to acknowledge that Jared just came
Jared, what's
on.
up,
So,
brother? How you
How
how
doing,
you
man?
you
doing?
doing, Mr. Jared? But that is so beautiful because, the stigma related to the mental health in the Black community is still very, very much high. People don't like to talk about it or, really don't want to bring it out. So I really applaud you for bringing that to bringing that out to the platform. Was it a certain turning point where you felt, hey, this is what I need to do as far as being an advocate for mental health? And what do you do exactly in regards to mental health? Are you linking people with services or giving them just information? What is really your role as far as mental health advocacy?
Well, Well, what I do is, of course, like I say, like and I'm sure Jared can probably vouch for me with this as well. When it comes to the barbershop, it's like over time you build a relationship with your barber, and you build a certain comfort with your barber. You ask you, and you goes from you get advice from your barber, and conversation that opens doors to other conversation. And sometimes some people ask for advice on certain situations, and to a lot of barbers, they just think we're just giving advice, but in the long run, I'm like we actually helping them. And then
Mm.
depending on the situation, what opened the door to it is, I had a few clients who opened up about a few things, and they just didn't know how to go about it, and I, you know, was open with them about me going to therapy and suggested maybe they should, try therapy to try to, resolve a lot of the issues. A lot of them, wasn't going for it. They was like, therapy, nah. And then they kind of looked at me kind of funny because they never heard too many black men mention about therapy. But I'm good with myself. Therapy has been amazing to me, and I just try to help them. And a lot of guys they come and they ask, hey, like how they ask questions about therapy and what to expect, how to look for therapy, and I know a few people over. I met a few people over time, so I just got them in the same direction I went to find therapy.
Well, that's awesome. That is definitely awesome. Um, in regards to your business, your barber
Megan.
shop. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna jump into that conversation because
Oh, okay.
like like Eric said, I can sort of speak to that. When I did used to go to my barber very frequently, I don't anymore because of the pandemic. I've actually learned how to do my own hair. But yeah, it is such a relieving feeling to go to your barber and sit down in the chair and sometimes have those conversations. And I'm not really sure why it's so comforting for black men to be so open in that chair while you're getting your haircut with, a barbershop. And I found that to be with all of my barbers whenever I went there. I'm not sure if you already answered this question, Eric. If you have, feel free to like even keep it short. But what is it particularly about the black barbershop that lets men open up, and kind of deconstruct their feelings rather than go to therapy?
Hmm. I think, in my opinion, it's the atmosphere of the barbershop. It's there's many black guys who go out into the world and we just try to, make it. We try to be the best we can be. We work hard. We try to provide for our families, man. And there's so much stuff that the world put upon us, and we just don't know what to do with the energies. I think what it is with the barbershop, it's just when you come around other black men, you got different generations. You got the older men, you got the middle age, you got the young guys, and you got the teens, and then when you're around it, like when you're in the barbershop, you may get a good laugh, that laugh that you probably need. You probably had a rough day, and you in there, you politicking about something, and then you got that one guy that's in it who's bound to give you a laugh, and to be able to, and then you hear different arguments or debates about something, and then you're like, you know what, that's an interesting perspective that particular person gave you. I think being around it feels like it's like I say, it's a safe haven for black men because it feels like I'm amongst brothers and amongst it's like a brotherhood, an unspoken brotherhood that you get to be able to have a conversation that you don't normally have with black men on a regular basis. You
It
know?
sounds like a sanctuary almost, a
Yeah,
sanctuary
absolutely.
for black men.
Yeah, and on top of that, you leave, and then after a good conversation, you leave with feeling good about yourself because you have a fresh cut
Mhm.
on top of all of it.
Right.
So yeah,
It's a sanctuary and it's a safe place, Megan.
yeah.
Right.
It's sort of indescribable. From like I'm not sure how it is, in a black salon. I mean, we all have images and stereotypes about what it is, but for black men in a barbershop, it kind of is our safe place.
I would agree because even as a mother, when I go into this barber with my son, when I used to go in there, they be looking at me like like they had to censor themselves. So I could see that could definitely be a safe place for you all.
Yeah.
I had a question, and you kind of brought it up, Jared, and I want
Mhm.
to know how has COVID impacted your business? And also, have you noticed increased trauma with Black men since this whole pandemic has started?
Yes. COVID-19 has definitely did a number on the hair industry in a real way. It forced a lot of us because it came so fast, and it forced a lot of us to shut down. Um, and it really put a real strain on us as on our profession. It's for some, they try to maneuver through everything, but then it's that scare, and then it's just like, man, we have to really, as an entrepreneur, it really forces you to be creative, and it also, force it, like it helps brings the best out of you. If, like, as far as you've been uh a real hustler, or should I say, like, it goes back and forth, because it's like, man, you know what you got to do. You got to protect your business, but at the same time, it's like, man, like, what am I do? I don't want to get sick. I don't want this to happen. I don't want that to happen. So it was really a limbo, honestly. But I'm grateful I was able to make it through. Um, it definitely changed the conversation a lot with my clients, because now, when I see my clients, it's just like, a lot of people unfortunately lost family members. I lost close people, you know, and now it's the years, unfortunately, it's a little dark. A lot of people are sad. A lot of people, are hurt. Um, a lot of people work. A lot of black, and especially those who have underlying conditions too. And a lot of my clients, they voice, and they would, a lot of them are sad, and those who already was dealing with, you know, m- any mental health issues, for me on many levels, anxiety, depression, all types of stress, like the people, and like the list goes on, and people who were dealing with men in general, who were dealing with that before all of this, it is definitely on a new height. And honestly, just to be transparent, like, it was definitely, it triggered my anxiety to a whole nother level, because now I have to worry about what's going to happen to my business that I built. Like, am I going to have to close? Am I have to, like, how long this is about to be? And then it's like, I don't want to get sick either. So what's going to happen? Now I'm like, my anxiety, my stress. Oh, what's going to happen? How am I gonna make money? Now I got to get creative. But then you have those who, and then those who suffer with depression, who don't know what to do with it. To do with it, it's just, a lot of people couldn't pay their bills. A lot of people lost their homes. In reality, a lot of people lost a lot on top of family. And then I know a lot of good folks who lost their business, lost their shops. So that would make me worry. That's what triggered my anxiety. It's like, if they lost their shop, what's gonna happen to me? How long is this about to go? And it was the unknown. We didn't know how long this was gonna go. So it was definitely stressful. My anxiety was very high. So I was able to relate to my clients when it came down to it. And a lot of them were in a lot of bad positions. But I try to, I share with them how I deal with my stress, my depression, and my anxiety. And I learned, I, I actually found a new hobby. And
What
that
was
is,
that, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, I was about to ask the
um,
same question.
oh yeah. So, well, for starters, I found a way to maneuver through COVID, but the hobby, I'm sorry, the hobby, I got into biking.
Oh, that's cool.
You said
And
biking?
like I said, yeah, biking.
Biking.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got into artists. Well, I've always been an artist, but I got back into it because now, you sit around, you're just like, you know what, art is always. I like to take all whatever I'm feeling, I put it on a canvas. So I just painting and drawing, but then I really bike. I bike every week, and it's great exercise. It's a time for me to give meditation. I'm practicing social distancing. I find I go to different parks and I just bike. And it's just great. It's something about being outside. It makes you feel. It does something to your spirit, with all the stress that you're dealing with throughout the weekend. It's just like not being around people. You're just working out, you're breathing. you exercise your lungs, and I also listen to great music as I bike. So it just been great, and I can't go a week without biking now, and it makes me feel amazing.
Wow.
It makes me feel amazing.
You created your own therapeutic tools, sounds
Yeah,
like.
yeah. It just kind of happened. I've never, and I've been like I've gotten into it so heavy now, man. Like I joined a bike group. It like the people who are
Wow.
dealing with the same thing, and biking is an escape from reality a little bit. So some people turn to other stuff that's not necessarily healthy for them, but biking does it for me. So that's my outlet.
That's good. I'm glad that you found your
Very
healthy
good.
outlet during this time, man. Because
It's rough though,
some
man. It
people, like you
is.
said, because like you said, some people haven't found it yet, and they're still relying on whatever. It could be destructive ways of how to deal with this situation. But I'm glad that you found healthy ways to combat your stress, combat your anxiety, and combat any negative feeling towards your mental health.
Yeah.
Um, I know that Megan earlier you were probably going to ask something about the business side of this. So if you don't mind, I would like to switch gears to that. Um, as a Black business owner and an entrepreneur, I want to know from you personally, how important is it, especially now, for Black people to really, start owning their own businesses and building their own equity and capital?
Oh man, I think it's very important. I got an interesting story. I used to
Mhm.
work at Walter Reed for 12 to 13 years,
Mm.
and over time I grew unhappy because I was like, I felt like it was a bump in the road, and I just didn't know which way direction to go in. And with barbering, I always knew how to cut, but I didn't know. I couldn't find my happy. I was unhappy. I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Mm.
Um, but then I was like, man, I'd rather wake up. What would I rather wake up to do? What makes me happy? And barbering was it. I love creating. Barbering is an art form. I love making people
Mm.
feel good. And of course, over time, like I was saying, mission of mental health, I make like making people feel good mentally as well. Um, I think it's very important because honestly, even though being an entrepreneur is a lot of work, but I wouldn't trade it for nothing else in the world. It's freedom.
Mm.
You call the shots. You are in control of your own life, and you're in control of your own money. It's definitely a lot of learning to do that comes with it. But I'd rather do that than it just. I like to be independent. I like to make my own moves. I like to make, and also I think it's important for us as Black people to be entrepreneurs and also be the ones that actually help ourselves, help each other
Mm.
out. I'm definitely all for everyone like who like support any black person who has a job, man. I mean has a their own business or any type of art form or entrepreneurship that they're doing. I think if we can take that and base and come together, we can create something major, especially especially uh um with the economy. We can actually do something really major with that in a real way. I mean, we've done it before. Look at Black Wall Street. And I think we come together and we can create something major with our community.
Most definitely. Um, do you now, kind of just adding on to Jared's question, do you at this point, are you in collaboration with other business owners, or even when you were mentioning earlier about people losing their businesses, it sounds like even with among the beauty industry, there may be a need for some sort of like support group or something of that such, because as you said earlier, people just were devastated all at once, not prepared for
Yeah.
this.
I'm looking to be a part of a group, man. That I'm all for helping other folks out, and with us, I think we all need each other. I think it'll make it a lot easier. People know people.
Hmm.
People are. I've actually had the pleasure of working with Artist House. Artist House has definitely helped me in a grand way with my career.
And
And
what is Artist House? Can you
Artist
explain?
House is definitely a production company that's ran by Icy. Um,
Okay.
which is my PR. She does photography, she does graphics, she pretty much does it all. Like PR work, whatever you need, photography work, videography. And with everything I have going on, and that's a black owned business as well. And with me having my business and basically collabing with people or with that particular skill, that right there is can help build on each other as well. And then that can bring in someone else who maybe have another skill, and I can actually take this person with this business, and I can like, hey, I'm gonna help this other brother out or sister out who has this business. Hey, let's help them get hit. So I think the more we have more conversations, and hopefully maybe in the future I can actually have be able to create some sort of I guess a outing or a an event where we can come and we can actually network and be able to help each other. I think we can all be used to each other somehow.
The collaboration is definitely needed and will succeed in this. So definitely.
And
Go ahead.
sorry about that, Megan. And
No,
like this kind of leads into my other question. Not a lot of black people, especially black people in my younger generation. I'm under 30. I'll just say that. First of all, I'm under 30. A lot of people in my generation may not have the knowledge or the language that it takes to really, start up our own business ventures or gain our own equity or capital. So what advice or any tips that you can offer to people in my generation who want to take that step or may not even know they want to take that step, but obviously it's a step that we need to take to, really, really push economic empowerment for our community?
That's a good question. Well, in my opinion, the road my road, I actually, I surround myself around people who are like entrepreneurs and people who are headed in that direction I want to head in. I also use our tools that we have every day on our phone. YouTube is amazing. YouTube made me a better barber. YouTube, I learned about how to run a successful business. It teach me about finances, teach me about credit, teach me the importance of credit, how to keep your credit straight. Um, YouTube taught me about how to network, like the proper way. And then also just basically just looking using our social media to look up different events that they have all the time. They may have meet and greets, kickbacks at these different events. Where these events where you go and you meet other people who are other entrepreneurs, and you just I feel like you should basically just make your duty to reach out to people who are business owners and link with them and let them know what you do. We just got to kind of use our mouthpiece if we can. Let them know what you do. Let them know, hey, what service that you can provide for them. They may be able to provide service for you. And also just try and stay in the loop. Of course, with COVID right now, it's definitely put a damper on that a little bit. But I'm pretty positive that we'll get to a point where we can get back to that. But I'll say, in my opinion, to definitely get out there and definitely the interesting thing about being the jumping out there is it's that leap of faith. It's a very scary thing, but it's all about your true happiness. Sometimes when you jump, it most likely is going to work out. It's all about what you want and the hard work that you're willing to put in. And then you want to surround yourself around positive people who are hardworking, and that's going to uplift you as well. You want to have a lot of people around you that's going to be positive and those who want to support you. That's a must, because if you have yourself around negative people who's not going to support you, it's definitely going to discourage you and it's going to bring down your momentum. And I learned that along the way. And it's that's just my opinion. I just really feel like people just need to just basically just use your resources. Everything is around us to use it. Figure it out, study, learn it, figure out your skill and do whatever you can to be the best and be the best at it. And surround yourself around people who do the same.
When you say surround yourself around people, do you I know a lot of like entrepreneurs, especially earlier in their journey, and even artists sometimes get discouraged when they have the like support from friends and family. Do you find that your supporters are typically people that you don't know? Or how do you surround yourself with those people that are going to kind of keep you going instead of falling into negativity?
Well, it's all about energy. It's you can't deny it. You know when the support is real. It's in actions, it's in words. Once you around those particular people, people will basically show their support. And then as far as finding people, like I said, being able to just go out and search and see what's going on, see what type of networking events that are out there, and you just meet people along the way, and then people see what you're doing, and they see the way you talk, and they see what your goals are, and then you may meet one and say like, one person may link you with this person, or it may link you with that person, and then now you're building a community, and now you have people that you can actually like that you have that become comrades, and then now you have a whole circle of support. But then, like for us, support you can always find, like you can definitely see get support from people. You can't deny the energy. People will basically show support by coming and buying, if you have merch, buying merch, or just coming to show love just to your establishment. You know, and just keeping those type of people around who constantly just giving you words of encouragement and say, "Hey, you can do it. You can keep going. Like, don't give up. You're good. You're talented." And giving that constant reminder throughout every day. Because sometimes the world gets to you. It gets a little hard, and sometimes you need those people to give you those words of encouragement. Those are people you need to keep around.
Points.
All right. I have a question that actually goes back to your business as a barber and everything. I'm not sure if Megan, you asked this question again. If you did, then you can keep the short version. But I would like to hear for myself. Like I said, a lot of people have been taking care of their own hair during this pandemic, since they haven't been able to reach the salons or to reach the barbershop, or even they haven't been able to get private appointments. Me personally, I try to keep a fresh baldy. It's not
Hey, brother, I'm
as
there
fresh
with you,
right now.
brother. I'm there
I
with
know,
you,
I know
brother.
he's right
Hey,
there.
listen.
Because I was like, oh, he's right there. He also gets the shaving too. So I was gonna ask, is there any tips that you can offer? One, myself, as keeping a nice fresh body, or any tips you can offer for anybody who would use your services, who can't reach a barbershop or a professional hair giver like yourself.
Hmm. Well, for starters, it depends. Like, there's a certain tools that I recommend to a lot of people who can't make it out, which is Andy's Slimline Pro trimmers, and those are just really light trimmers that I use at the house for myself as well. It's just a nice touch up, something real light, something real easy to use. Just to touch up the little areas, whatever, just to keep it nice and neat. For those who also just doesn't really know how to maneuver around with tools, I do have an online class on how to use tools and how to properly groom your beard and even keep your hairline and your fade tight. So I do have an online class now on my website that where it actually can help. It's open not just for barbers or stylists, it's for everyone to learn how to learn to wear my tools and how to use it. To help and that would definitely help you maintain your face, throughout this pandemic. I know a lot of us been struggling. It's been a crazy 5 months, man. And the people I haven't seen in 5 months, they came to me and I was like, whoa, hey, but listen, it is what it is. I understand. But yeah, uh, but I think my also for guys who have beards, it's very important for you to shampoo and condition your beard on a regular. Keep it nice and neat. Pick it, comb it every day. As far as the hairline, like I said, like just to keep it nice and neat and presentable, you can't go wrong with Slimline Pro. That's my favorite tool to use. It's very light. It's very easy to handle. I'm gonna show you. I have some right here. I'm gonna show you what it looks like.
Okay.
This one is my
So you
custom
can
one
get
though.
you can live demos.
Yeah. So this is my custom one. This is how small it is.
That's
Now
nice.
normally they'll be black or silver. So real small, real simple. And I just tell people just to stay with their beard wherever it grows and just kind of stay with the line and go up. And
Just with the natural line, like the natural line
yeah,
that
yeah.
the
What
hair
that
grows
natural
from.
line is, it's just a nice little tap. Boom. Once you put that line there, you just follow the line. Some
Mm.
people, if I'm gonna be honest, if you can't stay with the line properly, you just might have to just. I'll say that I'll direct you to my video. It'll show you everything step by step on how to do it. I don't want you to take it off. You be like, oh no, what I do? And then the one side like this, and on the other side, But honestly, if you can't really follow it, I have a video. It would definitely show you the way to do it. It show you the way to how to keep your beard nice and tight, even using shear work.
Right.
And just a personal question, because I'm curious, how often do you
Shave.
shave the top? Yeah.
I shave.
I'm just curious.
Today's my due day for me to shave. So once this is over, I'm going to go shave. But I shave. I shave every other day.
Mhm.
So that's like
Yeah.
let's say if I shave on Monday, I skip Tuesday. I shave on Wednesday. Skip Thursday. Shave on Friday.
Wow.
That's just my
Yeah, that's
and when I shave, I go. I can't go against the grain because I'm gonna break out. So I just go with the grain. It's just kind of and I use Gillette razor and shaving gel. Gotta use hot water though. It breaks down the hair and make the hair soft before using it.
Mm.
And I also tell people to shampoo your hair before shaving. That breaks it down. It makes the hair really soft, and then you just go over it, and it'll be nice, clean.
okay. I that's actually very good advice, because me, I know a lot of African American men suffer through this too. You sometimes people get those razor bumps. Me, I have them prevalent, like right on the back of the head,
Exactly.
where like the hairline
Yeah,
really really stops for me. So
yeah. I
sometimes
did
when I
that.
be shaking my head, I'm like, all right, I'm going to the spot where I need to be extra careful. You know what I mean? So
Oh well, I'm gonna give you an opinion on that. It's like pause the back of the neck because the way
mhm.
the hair grows back there sometimes, it's really sensitive. So I would use a trimmer for the back of the neck only. So
Oh,
like
just the trim.
just use trimmers because
Okay.
because the hair here is a little different from the hair in the back. It's real thin. So when it goes under skin, it'll curl a lot easier, and that's what create the bumps. So I'll say shave the rest of your hair, everything around here. When it comes to the back of the neck, use trimmers. That's what I have to
Okay.
do because I'm really sensitive to the back of my neck.
Okay.
And always clean your trimmers. Get some disinfectant spray, brush it, clean it off before and after each use.
All right.
Wow.
There we go.
Sounds like
Need
you
that advice.
uh, uh,
Yeah,
do
yeah.
you have a YouTube page for just tips?
I'm sorry, say that one more time. I didn't hear you.
Do you have like a YouTube page or a place outside, or is it your website where people can go and look for videos and other tips?
Well, I'm actually will be working on a YouTube page pretty soon. But people can definitely check out my Instagram. I put all my artwork on there. I like to call my cuts artwork. So that's exactly what it is. It's sculpting, and that's a form of art. You see different clips of me basically just doing different fades, different types of haircuts, different types of lineups. Um, yeah, and the YouTube page will definitely become in. Like I said, like I mentioned earlier, my video that I have on my website shows you everything step by step, and all the tools, all the products that I use, and everything.
Instagram page.
I'm sorry.
What is your Instagram page?
Oh yes, my
She said,
Instagram is my
website, all of
my
that.
yeah my Instagram is KleankKut _ the barber. That's KleankKut That's KleankKut the barber. And my website is KleankKutTheBarber.com.
Awesome. And before we end this interview, I did want to add
Yes.
question fashion influencer. You are a known fashion influencer, so to kind of understand your style. Can you understand?
I don't know. I kind of hear you kind of going in and out. I'm sorry.
It's no problem. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I hear you perfect.
Okay, good. So,
the beauty of working from home.
huh?
I said the beauty of working from home.
I know, right?
COVID-19, boy.
I know you are a known fashion influencer. So we wanted to talk more about that, your fashion influence and any unique style that you have when you present and have you noticed any style changes maybe since COVID or since the pandemic?
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But my style, man, it varies. Sometimes I can do I may feel like relaxed. I may do the t-shirt, hat. I love hats. I love different types of hats. I may do the shades. It depends. Um, but of course, the mask is the new thing now because it's a new norm. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why not use that, to your advantage and have it and create something that's gonna, match the fly, match the outfit. I'm working on a few things. I have my own personal face mask with my logo, and I have it,
Oh,
matching
nice.
a lot of my merch. And I also have merch on my website on my website as well, which I'll be creating a lot more merch soon to come. But yeah, I feel like this is a time for us to really take advantage of the time that we have, and really you can really create something really dope. You know, and at this point, man, just do whatever, take whatever is you, and then just create it and elevate it and do something really hot with it. You know,
And is your merchandise just for men or do you have women
uh,
merchandise as
it's
well?
for men, women, children. It's for everybody.
Nice.
Yes, I got hoodies. I mean, it's a little hot for hoodies right now, but I have hoodies. I have tees. I have socks coming. I have it all. I have coffee mugs. I have it all.
Oh snap! That sucks.
Oh, you like coffee?
No, I was gonna say like, oh, he got the socks too.
Yeah.
I like to collect, the nice Argyle socks. It's
Oh, so
I'll say
you a
that
sock?
my collection is a little thin right now. So
Oh, so you a sock guy? You a sock
I'm
guy?
trying to step up my sock game. How about that?
Oh yeah, yeah,
I'm
man.
trying to be a socker. How about that?
Yeah, I'm a hat guy. I'm shoes.
That too, also.
Or shoes or hats.
Not hats.
Oh yeah,
Like because
that's a lot.
this one is custom. So
Oh okay. Oh nice.
yeah, I believe I customized this for my birthday. Maybe I'm not sure. I
Oh yeah,
forgot. But yeah,
I like
this
it.
one that I'm rocking is custom.
I like it. Yeah. So I got a few more custom ideas coming up. So stay tuned for that for sure. But I also wear a lot of bead jewelry. Like I'm not really diamond. I'm not a diamond guy like that. I like bead jewelry, But yeah, I feel like, man, it's just so many styles, man. You can be innovative, man. Just it's all about confidence, man. If you feel good in it, do your thing, and find ways to elevate it. And I haven't had a chance to really play around with my style because now I'm just more so back to work and back home because I can't go out like that. No,
Mm-hmm.
not right now. I know a lot of things are opening up. I'm just not comfortable with it yet. But yeah. Oh, when they do, oh yeah, you'll see. Gotta show it off. But yeah, man. But styles also come with how you rock your hair too. I'm here to my haircuts are like a accessory piece to your outfit. I do it all. I do designs. So we got the old school style. So definitely, style is everything.
Absolutely. Where,
Absolutely.
where are you located? I don't think we said your address specifically.
Oh,
I know
okay. Yeah,
exactly where he's located, but go ahead and shout that out.
yeah. I'm in PG. I'm in PG County. I'm representing PG County. I'm in Camp Springs, Maryland.
Oh, Camp Springs.
Yes,
Okay. So
yes.
like Allentown Road area or where?
Allentown Road. Yes, I'm right
Oh,
off
nice.
Allentown and Old Branch.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. I'm from PG County too.
Ah,
So, yeah.
yeah,
Oh, nice. So that's awesome. And are you taking clients at this point, or is it by appointment
absolutely.
only?
I'm only doing appointments only. I think now, when it comes to the hair industry, I don't think they're allowing too many walk-ins anymore.
Walk
I don't think
in.
that's. I honestly don't think that's going to be a thing for a while. I
Mm.
think we're and it's safer to have appointments because you can control the traffic and you can control who comes in and out. And I want to make sure my clients, along with myself, is safe at all times. So I take appointments through my website.
So they should, if they want, if people want to book you, they should go directly to your website.
Yes, you can either go to my Instagram or my website, either or. It's a
And
link. It's a link on my website. It take you straight there to my appointment app. You book your appointment. You come on in on your day, and we get you in, get you out.
excellent.
And one more time, give us your website and your Instagram, your social media, all of that, just so people know. One
Yes,
more time.
my website is www.cleankutthebarber.com, and that's clean cut with K's, KleankKut. And you can find my Instagram or follow me on Instagram at cleancut_the barber. And just
Right. And I encourage
check out my page, show my love, check out my artwork, man, and hope to see you soon.
right, and I encourage everybody to go check those out because his art is amazing. His
Ah,
art
thank you, bro.
is truly amazing. If I had the hair to do some of that, I would.
Hey, look, come on, man. Look, I shave your head too, man. I do face shoots, I do it all, bro. I do the
Oh
steam
no,
your hair.
I was saying like if I had the hair, like hook up some like designs and whatnot.
Oh
That's what I was saying.
yeah.
It don't grow.
Yeah.
It don't grow like that no more. So the hairline has left the building.
Yeah, bro. I feel you, man. I'm here with you, man. I'm here.
Right.
Look, that's why I put on. That's why I do it to everybody else. I can't do it to myself, man. So it's what it is. I'll take the L. It's okay.
Right. Well, thank you, Eric. We
Thank
really
you.
appreciate you, man, for the in-depth conversation about everything that you're doing, about everything that's going on, especially with Black mental health. And we
Yes.
really appreciate you, man. Salute to you.
Thank you, man.
And
Salute
you
to y'all,
also,
man. And I love what y'all doing. Keep on pushing, man. And much success to you guys.
right. I apologize that I was tardy to the party, but you have an open invitation to come back to the show.
Oh
Open
yeah,
invitation.
definitely, man. I had fun with you guys, man. I'm definitely open. Just tell me when, and I'm there.
All right. Thank you, man. We really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye.
All right, Miss Megan. Um,
Hey, Jerry.
how are you? How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm good. I sincerely apologize that I was late to this whole thing. It's been a long Thursday. I was actually taking care of some kids.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had my niece all day, and she ran me into the ground, and I lost track of time. And when I checked my phone, I was like, "Oh my God, it is 7:15, and we need to hop on air."
Are you the cool uncle? You seem like the cool uncle.
I am. I'm the cool uncle to the point where I think she knows. She knows I'm cool uncle, and she tries to get away with a lot of stuff, which honestly she does get away with a lot of stuff, but I'm trying to shut that down. I think it's a little too late. It's a little
How
too
old is
late.
she?
She's 5.
Oh, wow. No, she got you. She got her uncle wrapped under her
Yeah,
finger.
it's too late. It's too late.
Well, I'm so happy you joined us.
Yeah, because this was an interview that I was looking forward to when I found out everything about what Eric was doing, his profession, and the conversation about Black entrepreneurship and mental health. I was like, I need to be a part of this one.
Very dope. Very dope.
Right.
Just your perspective as far as like as a man, how you as a Black man feel, just the sense of relief going into a Black barbershop, going into a barbershop and just having that sanctuary. That's a beautiful thing because I have no idea because I'm not a Black man, but being a Black man is a tough life. So to
Mhm.
be able to just kind of feel like you can put your guard down, even if it's for an hour. That's a beautiful thing.
Right. And I know for me, like I mentioned that, I shave my own head and I do my own hair now, but sometimes it's just like I don't have the capacity, like the mental capacity or even like the strength to do it. And I just want to go to the barbershop because it will just feel
Mm-hmm.
twice as good. And,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the fact that I can't go is just like, mm.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm not sure, how black women feel when it comes to, their hair and their hair care and for them about going to the salons. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it may be the same feeling, if not, even more intense, because I know that black women especially have a lot more to do with their hair and have a lot more, options and a lot more care for it. But
I definitely
yeah.
think the same. The black woman's crown is everything to us. And and you can see the impact when people are willing to risk their life just to get their hair done, just to have that feeling of feeling good, looking good. So it's very much, I believe the same thing and the same experience, and just to be able to be pampered, and feeling like, I think on that's both sides, just feeling like a king or a queen, even if it's
Mhm.
only for a few hours, and then leaving and looking beautiful and having great conversations. So I definitely believe it's definitely, even though black women are crazy about their hair now, but because if you don't do it right, they're gonna go off on you in the shop too.
Yeah.
But I definitely, but I may jump on a limb and say that the relationship in a black barbershop may even be stronger,
Mhm.
because it is really like I said, when I take my son, everybody gets quiet, so I know it's like
And
boys
this
talk for real.
and it's not, and at least in my experience, I'm just gonna say in my experience, when everyone gets quiet, it's not like we talking about anything, like overtly sexual or
Hmm.
like really that's out there that's not for kids. It's just that we may be in like a deep conversation where it's like, all right, we gonna have to like tone it down because we're not sure where this child's development is, and like if they can relate to this conversation and whatnot. Basically, it's like family show. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Super dope. Super dope. Well,
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of, before we end, just discuss slightly just the COVID
Go ahead.
update, and what I'll do, trying to remain positive, is discuss some of the openings. So now we know that the NBA has been open. Restaurants are now open with 50% capacity. They also have outdoor eating in some places. Retail stores started to open, and now we're technically in phase two of this. So, what is your feelings or opinion about going out to eat and going shopping? Do you think it's too soon? Because I hear a lot of people on social media like, we were just on lockdown, now you're saying you can go out. Like, what are your thoughts?
Um, I'm a mixed bag of feelings. Me personally, like I do feel like it's a little too soon. However, at the same time, I know from my mental health, I have started to, like relax a little bit and go out, still protected, but
Mm-hmm.
to go out to a store or go out to. I'm not going out to eat. Let me just say that I'm not. I don't think I'm ready to go out to eat in like a public, restaurant or whatever. I would do takeout. Like I would like go somewhere and be like, hey, let me get this, that, and third, and just take it out the store and go back to the comfort of my own home or just like eat outside. Um, I've even spent some time with a couple of friends, doing the whole social distancing outside thing, and I needed that because that was the first time that I've ever been out of my house to do anything socially, and that was like after
Mm-hmm.
3 months of being in the house. So on one hand, I can understand, some places that are opening up. My fear is that I don't trust people, and as a whole, to really, one, wear a mask, two, like, wash their hands and
Mm-hmm.
really protect themselves and just do everything that's needed right now. I think that, once you give the green light for places to like slowly open up, they're like, all right, it's over, let's go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was mentioned, especially in inner cities, that a lot of folks aren't taking this as seriously anymore since there have been some lifts. And I've heard things like people having the mask on their chin very often, or not really using it appropriately. It's still a degree of risk, but I do agree with you, Jared, that our mental capacity was almost to the breaking point for many Americans and just needed to be able to interact with other people outside of folks that are in your house, and your animals, just, having that sense of togetherness. So I know you personally have gone back to work for acting jobs. How has the industry
Yeah.
changed since COVID?
So one, I haven't gone back to like anything. I'm not gonna say important or of substance, but I haven't done like any like really big jobs. I've only gone back to like my local happenings that's been happening. So like the modeling thing that I did last week, when my contacted me, she said we will be in mask and personal protective gear only when we're actually taking shots. We'll ask you to take off the mask and whatnot. It's only going to be like maybe two, maybe three people, including me, in the room. Their office where they shoot is still closed. She's the only one who really has access to it, so that way they can move stuff along. I know that I'm going to another filming on Monday. I'm not entirely sure how their setup is going to look, if they're encouraging everyone to wear a mask inside, and that's in Northern Virginia. I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure that they're going to have you know, um, stricter rules, because I know Northern Virginia took a little bit longer to open up, as widely as Maryland is open up right now. However, I'm going in there with the mask. I'm gonna have some gloves and hand sanitizer on me, and when I'm waiting to do my thing, I'm gonna be covered up.
Mhm.
And if anybody's
Mhm.
looking at me weird, I'm gonna be like, "Look, I don't care. I ain't catching nothing from none of y'all. I don't give a damn. I still have asthma. Y'all know that I lost a couple of family members to this, so
Right. Right.
I'm protecting myself. I don't
Absolutely.
care."
Absolutely. I think that that is the best thing. And the governor has made it known that you are taking a bit of a risk leaving your home, but that in order for this process to work, that there has to be a bit of a risk. I do want to garner some attention to the Maryland COVID website.org, because they are providing resources for mental health. There has been a huge discussion within the social services and mental health sector about the long-term impacts of COVID to citizens' mental health status. And like you said, just the overall fear and anxiety on top of other things that are happening in our country that put us at fear and anxiety, plus COVID, coupled with COVID. It is definitely a time that we need to release and try to use some tools for our mental health. Have you done, because I know you've been heavily involved in the protests and keeping the mission going or driving with the things that are going on in our community, but then also with COVID, what have you been doing to really like keep your mental health strong throughout this?
Well, luckily I don't live alone, so I have people in my house that I can go to and talk to about this. I still have a good circle of friends that I can reach out to virtually and talk to about it. Um, I will be honest and open up, Megan. I haven't been that necessarily good on my meditation or prayer lately. It's literally just been like, all right, whenever I'm not working or whenever I'm not doing anything outside of the house for money, it's just been like, all right, let's watch a little bit of TV, let's play a little bit of video games to get my mind off of the world, and
Mm-hmm.
then I'm back to looking at the state of the world, or I'm back to
Mm-hmm.
like just seeing what's going on with the movement of protests. Earlier today, I made a couple of calls. You know how people are like putting out like, oh, this is the person you need to call for this case, this person you need to call and advocate for this case. So I did that for a little bit until, you know, I had my niece and it was time to go into uncle mode. So I but yeah, I do need to excuse me, be a little bit more disciplined in taking care of my mental health during this time, because I'm be honest with you, it's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
It's really difficult. I was reading I was reading a book yesterday that's called the Seven Spiritual Laws of Success by
Mm-hmm.
Deepak Chopra, and the first rule is the law of I believe it's called the law of spirituality, and it talks about, you know, just having 30 minutes of your day literally sitting in silence, just meditating and just being. And I tried that. Well, I read that portion yesterday again, and I read it last week for the first time, and I've been trying that, and it has been a little bit relieving, because for those 30 minutes, I'm like, you know, ain't nothing happening outside this room for at least
Right.
30 minutes. And it also talked about, you know, try doing this outside, so that way you're, you know, really communicating with nature and everything that
Mm-hmm.
surrounds you. And I know that's for some people it sounds weird, but like, y'all, weird is working.
Mm-hmm.
Weird is working.
Mm-hmm. It is so necessary, you know, because I was having major anxiety at the beginning of this, especially because, you know, I have small children. So it was really impacting me. And I had to go into deep meditation. At the beginning of this, I was doing meditation every single day. And I will say that meditation, and as you said, Jared, really doing, even going outside with nature, it is so necessary, you know, to keep your mind, because it is so much going on. And, you know, there are projections that there's going to be a lot of addictions leaving this pandemic, you know, and maybe addiction could be meditation and not something negative for
Yeah.
you know, such as alcohol and drugs, because you're just indulging, you know, in food. You're just, you
Yeah.
know, indulging.
And I really worry about people. I really worry about people who are younger than me going through this, because, you know, this is gonna make a lasting impact on the rest of their lives. They're like, damn, early on in my life I experienced a pandemic on top of like social unrest. Like, gee, ooh, this year was taxing. And
Mm-hmm.
we're only halfway through.
Right. But you know what? I think that, and I try to stay positive. I really feel like there's going to be a sunshine at the end of the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And some of this stuff needed to come out. Like the things that are
I was
going
gonna say
on
that too.
with the black community, it's like I personally feel like a lot of people's like, how much can we take? You were, you know, you had the pandemic and you're already on edge, people losing their jobs, the people losing their livelihood, and then ultimately people losing their lives. And for me personally, I've never seen so many. Some of it, I hope it's real. Some of it, I don't know if they're just jumping on a bandwagon, but I've never seen so many companies, so many organizations saying, you know what, this crap is not right. Black Lives Matter. And what are we going to do? Because a few years ago, when Trayvon Martin passed, when was murdered, and people were saying Black Lives Matter, it was like a F you. It was not a good term. It was seen as so um, scandalous or rebellious. And now people are screaming it with pride. Black
Mm-hmm.
Lives Matter. So I think that that is one of the positive things that came out, because I've seen people who have never appeared to care about the community are out in arms and caring more than ever before.
Yeah. My only thing when it comes to like businesses and corporations that are putting out these statements and are doing these acts, I'm a little skeptical of like, all right, is this just the trend, or is this just is it just the bandwagon, or are you actually going to make the steps to, you know, really show us, you know, basically to put your money where your mouth is. You know, are you actually going to like take a look at your leadership board and your committee? Are you actually going to make, you know, all of these changes inside your own house instead of putting together statements? But that's
But
just me personally. That's my hope.
but
I'm
it
sorry. Go ahead.
shows that how important the economic black economic dollars are, because they're scared to
Right.
lose them.
Right. and with our conversation with Eric, I was like, this shows that we got a lot of dollar power. And imagine if we
Mhm.
put a lot of our dollar power back into ourselves. Imagine if we rebuilt Black Wall Street. Just imagine.
Absolutely. I'm down for all of that. Um Segueing just quickly, I saw this Chanel ad the other day, and I took a picture of it and put it on my Instagram page. It's on there today, and
Mhm.
it was a beautiful black woman with natural hair modeling for Chanel. And I've seen so many black women and black men models since this COVID and pandemic and things going on. And so I think, if anything, even if it is, covering their butt, we have so many people as far as in the industry that appears to be benefiting from the need to have a black face or a person of color out there, and the focus point. Have you noticed any increase in work in the industry as well? Or it's just so early, but do you project that's something that's going to be happening more
On,
often?
yeah, I definitely project it. I know it's early, but I've already started seeing some like inklings that some production companies or some, advertisers are leaning towards that way. I actually, got a couple. I actually seen a couple of things come my way that
Mm.
that showed that, which reminds me I need to get on that. I need to get on that probably right after this call. But yeah, I definitely do see a shift or an increase in productivity for African Americans, especially within the arts and entertainment.
And not even with entertainment, but as you said, with the economic power, there's a group on Facebook, and it has over 40,000 members. Like, it may even be more than that, maybe like 400,000 members, and it's called Buy Black Network. And there's
Hmm.
so many that believe just like you, Jared, about trying to build Black Wall Street back up. And every it seems like every 15 minutes someone is posting a black business. So I'm hoping that will kind of support and help our businesses during this time.
Yeah, I hope so. So Megan, we're running out of time. I just realized that it's almost 8:30, so we gotta go.
All right. Well, it was so
We gotta go.
good. I'm so glad that you came on.
Yes, I am too. It was great to have Eric on. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for rocking with us. Again, I'm sorry I'm tired to the party, but we will be back next week with another episode of Out the Box Radio. So, Miss Megan, you be good. I'll see you next time. Everybody else, y'all be good, and I'll see y'all next time. Please stay up. I love y'all.
Bye.